Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. I'm Betsy McDaniel. As always, there's a lot to cover in the Low Country today, so let's get started with our headlines. Nikki Haley is headed home to South Carolina, vowing that the Republican race for president is far from over after her 11% loss to former President Trump in Tuesday's New Hampshire primary. Haley will hold a rally in North Charleston Wednesday night, hoping to gain some momentum heading into the South Carolina primary, which takes place a month from now. Trump currently leads Haley by double digits in the most recent polling in her home state, but it is worth noting 2/3 of independent voters in New Hampshire voted for Haley. And South Carolina allows anyone registered to vote in either party's primary. You have until close of business Thursday to register to vote in the Republican primary, which is February 24th. Early voting is already underway for the February 3rd Democratic primary. You can find out more about voting at scvotes.gov. The captain of what he himself called Starship Hardeeville will step off the bridge of command at the end of his term. Mayor Harry Williams, who turned 75 in September, says as of June 8th, he will have spent 8 years as mayor, and he is announcing that he is not running again now to give the candidates who wish to succeed him plenty of time to prepare their campaigns. Williams has presided over the stunning growth of Hardeeville since he was elected in 2017 and says he won't take the pedal off the metal for the rest of his term. In 2016, Hardeeville had 4,000 residents. Now there are nearly 13,000 residents, with permits for 15,000 more homes within its master plan. Mayor Williams is still hopeful that his dream of Old Hardeeville and New Hardeeville becoming one Hardeeville will still come to fruition under new leadership. The jury tampering trial in the Alex Murdaugh case should still start on time next week, even though the lawyer for one of the jurors, who will be called as a witness, is recovering from a heart attack. One juror will actually testify Friday before the trial begins in earnest on Monday. The trial will be held in Beaufort under the direction of former state Supreme Court Chief Justice Joan Toll. The juror with the disabled lawyer has signed an affidavit claiming that Colleton County Court Clerk Becky Hill told the jury not to be fooled by Murdaugh's defense and to watch Murdaugh closely during his testimony. Quite the interesting find. A mummified bottlenose dolphin washed up on the beach in Sea Pines area of Hilton Head Island on Sunday. The Low Country Marine Mammal Network says that despite its appearance, it is not an ancient dolphin, but likely one that was baked in the sun for a couple of months on a more remote beach before being carried by the tides to Sea Pines. Although a spokesperson for the network did say it is possible that the body had been buried and just now resurfaced, in which case it could be up to 10 years old. Unfortunately, the state of the body precluded any autopsy, so no further information could be obtained. Roughly 50 to 60 dolphins wash up along the South Carolina coast annually, with 10 to 15 of those washing up on Hilton Head. And when actor Gary Sinise comes to Beaufort to accept his Pat Conroy Lifetime Achievement Award at the Beaufort International Film Festival next month, he will bring his Lieutenant Dan Band with him for a concert at the Marine Corps Air Station. More information on the February 23rd concert is available through the MCAS Beaufort Facebook page or ltdanband.com. Sinise's band was formed over 20 years ago now, and the foundation it benefits has been helping first responders and military personnel for over a decade. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And now here's Justin Jarrett with what happened last night in the Loco.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by LocoSports.com. Lots of region matchups on tap on a busy Tuesday night of high school hoops, including a big-time Lowco-on-Lowco clash at the Den, where the Bluffton Bobcats squared off with the rival May River Sharks in a crosstown showdown. It was all Bobcats in the girls' game as Bluffton rolled to a 66-25 victory to run its win streak to 13 games. Tacoya Heyward poured in 30 points, while Ja'laina Mosley collected 16 points and 11 rebounds, and Amirah Brown added 16 points, 8 boards, and 5 assists for the Bobcats, who are 17-1 and up to number 3 in the Class 4A girls rankings statewide. The May River boys have had the hot hand lately, picking up big region wins over Hilton Head and Lucy Beckham over the weekend, and they had a chance to notch their first region road win Tuesday. It was a defensive scrap for much of the night, but the Sharks opened up a comfortable lead and locked down on defense down the stretch for a 44-32 win that keeps them in the hunt for the top spot in Region 7 4A. Gage Duncan scored 12 points to lead a balanced effort for the Sharks. Our friends at Beaufort's Own were in the nest to see the Beaufort Eagles welcome Philip Simmons for a Region 8 3A matchup, and while the Iron Horses rolled to a lopsided win in the girls' game, the boys' game was at Donnybrook that went down to the final whistle. Samari Bonds and Brandon Blackman led the Eagles back in the second half, and Bonds briefly gave Buford a 1-point lead in the final seconds, but Philip Simmons answered with a go-ahead three-pointer and denied the Eagles' last-ditch effort to escape with a 59-58 win. Big rivalry matchup for the Eagles at Battery Creek on Friday. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.
Thanks, Justin. Well, is it going to stay this gloomy out there? Let's find out with Maria.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are unfortunately going to see more of this rainy weather as we get through the rest of this week. But on the bright side, the sun should be coming out by the end of the weekend, and the highs are going to stay in the 60s and 70s throughout the rest of this week. So taking a look at Thursday, it's going to be cloudy with a couple of late night showers. Hilton is going to have a high 68, a low 58. Bluffton is going to have a high 72, a low 59. And Beaver is going to have a high 72 and a low of 60. The sunrise for Thursday is going to be at 7:21 and sunset's going to be at 5:50. Looking at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 8:55 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 4:10 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week and into the weekend, Friday it's going to be cloudy with a couple of drenching showers throughout the day, and then those showers are going to turn into thunderstorms as we get into the evening. Highs will be in the 60s and 70s, lows in the 50s. Then comes Saturday, we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms again throughout the day and going into the evening. Highs in the 60s, lows in the 50s. And then comes Sunday, it's supposed to be sunny to partly cloudy with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. After a quick break, we're going to chat with the Beaufort County School District about some recruitment events they have coming up. Don't go away.